Hey everybody, it's time to get out your APES curriculum notebook. We're going to be learning about 1.9 trophic levels. Open to the table of contents. And you'll see that we're going to be on page 18 and 19 when we're learning about 1.9 trophic levels. So go ahead and turn to pages 18 and 19. In this lesson, you will learn about trophic levels. The learning target is to explain how energy flows and matter cycles through trophic levels. So you will be learning that a continuous flow of energy is required. Biogeochemical cycles move matter through ecosystems, and energy flows from the sun to producers and then to higher trophic levels. Here's what you'll be writing on page 19, and let's take this kind of set by set here. First thing is that all ecosystems depend on a continuous flow of energy to transfer matter between the environment and organisms. Matter cycles through trophic levels by the biogeochemical cycles: nitrogen, carbon, water, phosphorus. Those are the big four that you'll be learning about. So matter cycles through trophic levels by these cycles. And this is because of the law of conservation of matter, which says that matter cannot be created or destroyed, only converted into a different form. So it's always going to be present in some form within that cycle. Energy flows through trophic levels from the sun to producers and then to the primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, and quaternary consumer. So when you see where it says a 1 with a little 0, that means primary. So that's the direction that energy flows. Matter flows in a cycle. Energy flows from the sun and then from producers up to the trophic levels. Trophic levels are represented by what we call trophic pyramids, and it's literally in the shape of a pyramid, where you can see that there are fewer organisms at the top, more at the bottom. So as you move up the trophic levels, you get less and less organisms, less and less energy, less biomass. So for example, on the bottom, if you have grass, there's going to be a lot more grass, and there's going to be zebras, and there's going to be less lions than there are zebras. Okay, so moving on to page 18, so just go right to the left there. What we're going to do is we're going to draw and label the following diagrams on this page: energy pyramid, numbers pyramid, biomass pyramid. So make sure you have your different color pens or pencils at this time for us to draw our diagrams. Okay, we are now on page 18, and what I'd like for you to do is to draw 3 pyramids with 4 levels each. And so this top one is going to be labeled energy. The middle one is going to be labeled number of organisms. The bottom one is going to be labeled biomass. So take a minute and go ahead and draw those in. Now we're going to label each diagram. And so we'll look at the energy diagram first. I'm going to choose a specific color. I'm going to choose green to represent the producers, which go on the bottom of the pyramid. So you have the producers at the bottom of the trophic pyramid for energy. That means they have the most energy available to them. Then we move on to the primary consumer, which is the first to consume. They eat the producers, but they only get 10% of the energy available. Then we have secondary consumer is the next trophic level, and then we finish off with tertiary consumer. Sometimes they go all the way up to quaternary consumer. Sometimes they only go up to a certain level, but we're going to show this based on 4 different levels. So this is the pyramid of energy showing trophic levels, and that the amount of energy decreases as you go up the different trophic levels. This is feeding levels. Then I want you to do the same thing with the number of organisms and the biomass. Use the same colors. Again, producers at the bottom, primary consumer is the next trophic level, secondary consumer, and then tertiary consumer. And this is looking at the number of organisms, so this is literally looking at how many organisms there are. So you have a lot more producers than primary consumers, than secondary, than tertiary. And then finally, the last one, looking at biomass. So this is the amount, this is the mass of all of the living organisms. The producers at the bottom, of course, because there's more of them, they are going to take up and actually have more biomass. Then we've got primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumer. So this is 3 different trophic pyramids that you can see. In this lesson, you learned about trophic levels. The learning target was to explain how energy flows and matter cycles through trophic levels. You learned that a continuous flow of energy is required for ecosystems. Biogeochemical cycles move matter through ecosystems, and that energy flows from the sun to producers and then to higher trophic levels. Good job.